Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Solar Sidekicks. My name is Pat Southwell and I'm here with my co-host Lawrence Aconti. Good afternoon, Lauren. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Going great. We're here at a bit of an away ground, but a home ground game for you. We're at the 6 Star Plus office.
Yes, it's so exciting. It's the first time you've been here.
It is.
It's a bit of a hectic time to come, getting a new office built, which is really exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool what's going on next door. You're getting your own little office. That's awesome.
Yes, very, very exciting. Going back down to reception, which is good.
Very good. Let's acknowledge the traditional landowners of where we're recording this today. That's the Boonwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. We're here. I reckon we're going to get this episode out pretty quick. We're recording this today. It's the afternoon of Thursday, the 20th of November, 2025. And yesterday was a pretty big day for the industry.
Yes.
Yeah. We actually officially had the recall on the SIG Energy product, the 8s, the 10s, and the 12 kilowatts inverters. Single phase only.
Yep.
Yeah, so that recall, I saw the notice probably at about 6 p.m. last night, I think it was.
I think I followed suit after. It was coming.
Yeah.
I think it was coming, yeah. There was a lot of whispers, a lot on the grapevine. So it was almost a bit of relief that it was there, to be honest.
I think so.
Yeah.
Then the rumour mill had gone into meltdown. Like I heard a lot of people talking about it, going, "Oh, I've heard it could get recalled. It might not." And there was a lot that was happening. And finally, it happened yesterday.
Yep.
So what's this mean for our industry? Well, that's sort of why we're here, I suppose, isn't it?
That's definitely why we're here. We always go through these big events. Some of them are quite traumatic for some people. I shouldn't laugh, but I would call them traumatic because there's money on the line, mental health on the line. That's a big one. Installers like livelihood on the line. Like there's a lot.
Yep.
And when you invest a lot of time and money into a product, people, any resource into this industry, and it doesn't go your way, it can be pretty shit.
Yep. Most definitely. I was sort of laughing about it with someone yesterday, but we were both sort of laughing in a weird kind of voice, like, because we're like, well, it wouldn't be Christmas without, some sort of drama like this.
Chaos, absolutely.
Yeah, 5 weeks out from Christmas.
Just what we need. It's pretty funny though. I mean, we do have these like moments or events in our industry, and it's just like, oh fuck, we look like idiots again, don't we? Battery rebate.
Does happen.
Going smooth.
I know. Things are going pretty well.
Popular products.
Things were going. I know. I know. But anyway, so what this is going to mean is, from what my understanding is, they're going to be replacing all of those units.
Yes. Yep.
And offering installers, I think it's $500. That's what I've heard.
Cool. Not bad.
I think it's pretty good.
It's pretty good kickback. Wouldn't mind that if you did 4 of them in a day.
Yeah.
Just change out a head of the inverter, realistically.
Yeah, true. But I suppose the problem is, though, like, we're trying to get batteries in, so that's where most of the resources are going, and there's not really enough people doing that to do that at the moment to keep up. So it makes it a bit of a difficult situation for everyone. And the other thing I'm worried about, like, it's just not a good look for the industry when there's a price recall like this. Like, it's just not great.
This big as well.
I don't know how many are out there. I was hearing figures. I can't remember what they were, but there's thousands of jobs out there.
Eek.
Yeah.
What came out first in Sigland? Was it single phase or 3?
No, I don't know. I think they came out together. I'm not sure. Maybe it was single. I'm actually not sure.
Okay.
We could probably ask a few of our guests that we're going to be calling in on this. So we put a bit of a call out earlier to speak to some people to see how they're going with it all, how it's affecting them, and just to get some news out in the industry too. Also, like, a bit of a sentiment from me, like, I also want to sort of put my stake in the ground a little bit before we make these calls. Like, we want to get a bit of a balanced opinion on what's happening. But I don't think we don't want to create this like tall poppy syndrome and kick people when they're down and stamp on their grave or anything like that. Like, I feel like we're all in this together, and whether you're a SIG fangirl, fanboy, whatever you are, or you're not, or you don't like them or whatever, you're still in the solar and battery industry. And I feel like this is now an industry problem that we all need to sort of deal with together. That's how I see it.
Absolutely. And we couldn't be in a worse time where stress is high.
That's right.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in everyone else's life. So just be careful when you're talking to people. Be kind as well. You don't know what someone else is going through, and look out for each other, everyone.
Yeah, that's right.
Please.
Well, I mean, and there's probably a few things in this we're going to talk about where probably haven't been done in the most ideal way. probably from SIG's point of view. Like, I feel like their communication's been a little bit off. Like, that's just my personal opinion. Like, I think maybe some of their messaging didn't hit the mark, especially with some of the things about how there was a document that came out where people are saying that they were blaming installers. Now, I don't know if that's exactly what they were saying. They were saying, I know. See, when you put it like, it wasn't actually written like that. It was actually written to say that installations were not followed by manufacturer's instructions, something like along those lines. And a lot of people have been there's been a bit of backlash because they knew about this as well, but they were still sort of saying that it was an installation issue. So that's where I think that's where a few people have been got offside a little bit. It looks like a bit of a cover-up job. That's what it looked like. But I mean, this is the thing. I think it's a good opportunity for SIG to be able to sort of bring the industry along.
Yep. And
we can all sort of fix this together.
Yep.
So,
especially if you own it as well. That's my favorite thing when I make a mistake, because I make plenty of them. Just own it. I mean, it's so much easier when you do.
I agree. Stand up and say, yep, made a mistake here.
Yeah,
this wasn't quite right.
Yep.
And yeah, what do we got to do to fix it?
Yep.
I find people are much more tolerant when you do that. And they'll want to work with you, and they bring them along for the rides.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Gosh, it's given me AusNet backstop. Again. It's just when they went a little bit radio silent as well. So
yeah, I know. Well,
welcome to the solar coaster.
Yeah,
episode 6,000.
It is. Well, this is part of the solar coaster.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've come from the highest of all highs, and then bang, we've gone off a cliff in some ways.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But, it's not all doom and gloom. There's a way through this, I think. I believe there is a way through this. And from my point of view, if SIG can come out of this as unscathed as possible, that's going to be the best result for the whole industry as a whole, whether you like SIG or whether you don't.
They'll get replaced.
Yep.
This will all blow over. Tesla had a recall recently.
That's a good point.
Yeah, Goodwee, EHB, they had a recall. Products get recalled all the time. I think there is just a little bit of a cloud over SIG because it took off so quickly.
Well, I think that's right. It did take off so quick, and there is a bit of that tall poppy syndrome going on.
Absolutely. It's like you see a product doing good, well, there must be something wrong with it, or something's going to be coming wrong with it.
Yeah.
I mean, each to their own.
Yeah, absolutely.
But do it with grace for the industry. That's all I have to say. Do it the right way.
Absolutely. All
right, let's get into some of our guests.
Let's get into our first guest. All right. So I'm going to be picking up the phone here, and we're going to jump on with James Taylor from Taylor Energy. So he's expecting our call, wants to say a few things. I actually can't remember if some of these people might be SIG fans, some others may not. I think it's important to get a balanced view from both sides. And I'm neither here nor there, to be honest. Like, I just want the best result for the industry. That's where we're at. But let's jump on with James and let's see what he's got to say.
Bring it.
All right. So we've got James Taylor from Taylor Energy. Got him on the podcast. So yeah, speaking to Pat and Lauren as Solar Sidekicks.
Hey guys.
Yeah. Hey mate. Hey, thanks for agreeing to come on. Do you want to just give us a little bit of a rundown on what your relationship, I suppose, is with SIG and how you've been installing over the last, period, I suppose, maybe since the home battery rebate started? How's that all been? Yeah, where do you sort of sit with it all?
Well, for starters, I got on board quite early. I went to a new product training day at Trade Zone. Just, a random thing I wanted to have a look at. And from that day onward, I was like, wow, this is a good product. I want to try and get on top of this. So we're a bit of an early adopter, I guess you'd say, of a SIG system.
Yeah.
Though we're not, a massive, gigantic company. I mean, I'm just looking at my portal now, we've got about 130 systems out there.
Yeah, okay.
That's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
Awesome.
Yes. So fairly decent sample size anyway. And as I said, I thought we'd had 0 failures, but I just had a look and we've had one singular failure of all of our SIG systems, both single and 3-phase.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And we just went out there and swapped it ourselves and didn't even put a warranty claim on or anything. So
yeah, right.
I didn't even know about it. So This is so that's the experience we've had in terms of product failure.
So what was that failure?
I was going to ask that. Was it a plug?
Yeah, it was the AC plug,
okay.
but again, it was one of the very first ones we did. And I was just talking to Daniel, my operations manager, and it was the AC plug, but it wasn't like a crazy melted one or anything. It was like just very moderately disconnected on the active pin. So, and as I said, I just at the time just wrote it down to maybe an installer error from one of our guys, and we just swapped it over ourselves and never thought of it again.
Yeah.
And that was the very next day that the customer reported it had tripped, and that was a few months ago now, and that's the literal only failure we've had, single or three phase. So out of 128 systems, that's less than 1% failure.
That's pretty good. And so how many of your systems out there are the ones that are in recall? So the 8, 10 or the 12?
67.
Oh,
so
Right,
so
so
the
tough.
the majority,
Okay.
unfortunately, they are the most popular product we sell.
right.
So to be the 10 kilowatt single phase is the most popular
Of
inverter
course.
that we sell. In Queensland, we're sort of 10 kilowatts is the max
Yep.
for single phase. So we buy them by the pallet.
So one failure, 67 TBAs.
Yeah, so 67 out there in the field,
Okay.
all working, and they've all had the software update.
Awesome. How did you how have you responded since the recall last night? Obviously, I'm sure you were aware that it was coming, but was there anything extra that you did on your side of things in terms of comms to your customers, or?
We sent out, and I could probably send you guys a copy of what we sent out. We sent out just like a blanket email, and this was before the recall from the ACCC or whatever. It was from the very first SIG Energy
from the voluntary recall they had.
Yeah, it was the release, so it came up on the Sigenergy app. They also sent out an email to all the suppliers and installers, and we got that and basically put our spin on it, rebranded it from Taylor Energy, and sent it out to all of the affected clients. Went through our list and said, "Hey, look, this is what's happening. No need to be alarmed. We're pretty confident that you're not going to have any problems, but you will notice a decrease in production, and this is how we'll handle it. This is the information we have." And we honestly had a pretty good response from our clients.
Yep.
That was my next question.
We had, out of the 67, I think we had 2 that were, a little bit annoyed that they were slightly down on production because they were big amber exporters and things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boo friggity who. Bloody hell. Your product's been recalled and we're onto it. Come on. Yeah, I know. I understand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But honestly, it was almost like a really positive thing between us and our clients. They were appreciative that we're on top of it pretty quickly, and that we'd let them know as soon as we knew, and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, there is a lot of work to do. Unfortunately, there's a bit of labor to allocate to get all of that done. And on top of that, those 67, I think we have another 40 that need to be installed this year in terms of like 10 kilowatt single phase systems.
Sorry, where are you going to get the dates for that?
Yeah.
Well,
oh my gosh.
We do. I've got nearly 20 in-house staff, so we do all of our installation stuff in-house, and we're doing a couple of SIGs a day.
Awesome.
So we do have the availability, and how we handled it personally was as soon as we got the thing saying you guys can't install these fresh pallets of inverters you've got on the shelf, we quickly called those customers that were booked in over the next fortnight and said, look, this is what's happened. You guys can't keep your installation date because we can't install your inverters. And then we went through our list and got all of our 3-phase inverters and just moved those up 2 weeks. And so last week, this week, and next week, we're doing all 15 kilowatts and 3-phase inverters to clear out that backlog. And that's opened up all their slots that were sort of booked in the next 3 or 4 weeks ahead. Awesome. And that's when we're hoping to get all of those 10 kilowatt systems installed.
Yeah.
Are they advising? Do you want to share who you buy your stock from? You don't have to, but are they advising an ETA or?
Yeah, I can. So we got 3 singular 10 kilowatt inverters earlier this week.
Awesome.
Which was just what they could spare from one of our suppliers, and our other major supplier is replacing a full pallet of 9 on Tuesday next week.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
wow, that's really good.
That's pretty
That's
good.
pretty quick.
Yeah. And we're fairly confident that we're not going to see too much delay in terms of our installation schedule now that we've swapped it all around for 3-phase to single phase.
Awesome idea.
So it's not that bad. I've seen a lot of chat online about, who's going to pay for all these rebates and all of this kind of thing. And, as I said, from our perspective, we've just taken it, for what it is and scheduled around how we can based on the advice we've been given about when the 10 kilowatts will arrive. And that's the other thing. And I've seen a lot of things like, there's not going to be stock here until Q2 next year. And you might have seen one of my comments on Facebook. I said, like, where are you getting that from? All of our suppliers have been really good. Like,
it's good to hear.
Yeah, it's actually really positive.
They've given us, daily updates on when they're expecting stock, how much can be allocated to us. So yeah, props to the suppliers. I don't know who other people are using, but we use Energy Spurt and Soul Distribution as our main suppliers.
Yep.
Awesome.
And they've both been really good.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's really positive.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Have you heard? Like, do you have much contact with SIG? Have they reached out to you guys because you're doing a fair bit? Have they?
I do. I have a pretty good relationship with SIG.
Yep.
So Pradeep called me the day this all happened. Just out of the blue, not based on any phone calls or anything. I didn't ask them what was going on. He just called me, gave me a rundown, said, this is what to expect and this is how we're going to handle it. And, I was really appreciative of that phone call. Yep. And then I spoke to Daniel, my ops manager, when I got in, and he said, Shashank called me as well. So 2 people from my business had been called by 2 different people from SIG and informed about the whole thing, about what's going on and what to expect, how we could handle it. And so we were pretty on top of how it was going to go from the start.
Yep, that's good. So, and are you confident that SIG are going to be able to handle this and fulfill their commitments? Like, are you nervous about that at all? You reckon it's all going to be?
The only thing, Pat, I was a bit nervous about was when I started seeing talk of CEC registration.
Yeah,
I was panicking a little bit then because I know the issues that they had at the start and what everyone has about CEC registration.
Yeah, that's because the process is like a crock of shit. That's probably why.
Don't get Pat started on CEC. We'll be here all afternoon.
Honestly, when I saw that it had to be recertified, I did start to panic a little bit.
Yep.
And the fact that they've somehow got it all through and everything is amazing. They've obviously worked pretty hard in the background. So
interesting.
Cue money talks.
Yeah. So this is I'd be interested how that's all gone through. If someone's
I think it's just because it's an adjustment to an existing certification. Right. Well, that's what I've been told anyway. It wasn't a full product registration. It was just an amendment to a current registration.
Yeah.
So apparently that was a much easier process, but they have had to work really hard in the background to make that happen.
Yeah.
And I think, look, honestly, from what I'm seeing and how I've been informed and how it's being handled, I don't know. I honestly can't see what more they could possibly do. Like it seems they're paying $500, which is the most I've ever heard for any sort of warranty claim.
It's well and above. It's over and above what anyone's paid. Yep.
I think they're setting the bar pretty high for other.
Yeah.
Well, it's honestly what's sort of needed though.
Yeah.
Like once you travel to a job, get some time, package it up, send it back. I mean, I think it's a fair compensation. That's what people have always screamed out for.
Yeah.
And then they've also gone to the extent of saying, look, and if you don't have time to do it, we'll get Omnidian to go and do it for you, so you don't have to do anything. And then on the back of that, they've software updated everyone so everyone else can keep running. They've dealt with the ACCC, they've dealt with the CEC, and honestly, I don't see why everyone's so upset about it all.
I think what it is, I know, like I agree. I think they've done a lot in the background that people haven't seen. I think what it is, it's probably some of their communication's been a little off point and upset a bit of like some of the people out there.
Yeah,
just because I think we wanted to probably hear from them a little bit more as an industry. Like they haven't really. I won't say they've gone hiding in the last week or two, but I think now they're sort of just gone for here's the company line, here are the official statements, and that's it. That's all we're sort of getting. So they seem like they're in damage control, but I don't know. Maybe that's all they could have done. But I think that's that's frustrating.
I've got a bit of information on this that I can probably go into.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, I have spoken to Will, I've spoken to Pradeep, I've spoken to a few people and said, I think everyone just wants you to jump on there and say what's going on. And
yeah,
they're basically like the words I got was just like, honestly, we are just dealing with the HFC, we're dealing with CC, we're trying to get all of this. We're trying to get all of this sorted as quickly as we can, so you can actually give everyone the correct information and give everyone the answers that are actually truthful, rather than oh, we're hoping this happens or this happens. They wanted to get everything sorted and then release it all in one thing, which I kind of respect. It's like they could have come out and said, yeah, we're pretty sure that we're going to get this CC approved, or we're pretty sure the ACCC is going to do this. But now that all of the facts are out there and everything's set in stone, I think it's almost a better way to go. At least they can come out now and say, here's the statement, this is what we've said, and this is how it's going to be. And I can attest to the fact that, like, I'm already seeing stock. I've got 3 of them here. I know I've got another pallet of 9 arriving next Tuesday. So, from my perspective anyway, they're ticking all the boxes they're saying they're going to tick.
Yep.
And just like overall as a product, I mean, Pat, I'm sure you've inspected a lot of the SIGs. It is a really good product. So I'm personally hoping that it just continues on, and we've had a really good experience with it. So
yeah, look, I think it's a great product. I have always thought, though, ever since I first inspected my first SIG, like not necessarily the issue that with the plug that has come out, but I have always thought that plug wasn't a very good design.
I agree.
Just the way you have to put the bending radius on that cable, like it just needs. I just don't think that was thought through too well.
It's always been the one comment from my guys in house. I've got one at home. I've got a SIG in my garage. I did our very first one on my own home.
Yeah,
it's just as a trial, just to make sure it was something that I wanted to go and put my last name on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've had this business for like 15 years. I've done Powerwall 1s and LG Chems, and I've been through all of the disasters.
You've seen some shit.
Yeah, so
good point.
Before I went hard on a product, I was going to put it at my own house and try it out for a while. And
love that.
Yeah.
Even from that day, I was like, geez, there's not much space to get your AC cables in here. So
yeah.
Like I actually did mine like through the side. It looks kind of ugly.
Yeah. See, that was the thing, to make it feel like technically compliant, and you're like, yeah, I've done a good job here. It just looks like shit. Like that's the thing. It's got to come out through the side, and it doesn't look great. But look, hopefully they've worked their way through that.
We've sort of managed, with rubber flex and stuff to manage to get the bending radius right. And as guys have installed 128 of them now. They're all starting to look pretty slick. They've got their, the ways to bring cables in and how to do it and make it all look neat and tidy. And the more they do, the more confident they get. But I agree with what you're saying, Pat, straight away. It was it is and has always been the worst part about the product is the AC connection, whether it be 3-phase, single phase, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it should just be sort of tilted back a bit. I think the new, I don't know. I've seen some other products out there where they've sort of just, even someone I think 3D printed one where it's sort of bent back on a 45-degree angle. So.
The new Goodwee one, is it ESA? Sorry, the new Goodwee ESA. I don't know. They've thought of that, and it actually goes through on a 45-degree angle, or a more of an angle anyway. And it actually sweeps.
Not
quite
sure
nicely.
Not sure how they got that product through copyrights. it's
yeah,
bloody similar.
Yeah, they do. Well, this is the thing, though. I think this is the way a lot of those, like they're all 4-in-1, 5-in-1 Besses now. Like it's kind of just what's happening. And I think you probably find a lot of them will start looking a lot more. I mean, obviously the Powerwall 3 is a bit different. It's a bit sleeker.
Yeah, I think the Powerwall 3 just, I can't really see much of a place for it anymore. It's a strange product for the Australian market, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
I just sold two of
Particularly
them.
here. Did you? Yeah,
I just sold two of
particularly.
them.
No, it's just yeah. In Brisbane, for example, it's most people, from my perspective, want more storage. They just want like big storage, three phase,
Yeah.
full home backup, and for sure there is like there's the perfect houses for a Powerwall one. But in terms of our sales, we're a Powerwall installer, registered supplier, always have been.
Yeah.
But when we put it out there, most people just seem to be going for the SIG, and that's what we've sort of stuck with and gone pretty hard on. We've also had pretty good stock of it as well. So that's sort of like manipulated our thoughts a little.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, well, James, we've come to the end. We need to move on to the next caller.
No, that's
but
cool.
we really appreciate all the insights you've given there. It's actually
thank
I've
you
learned a
so
couple of
much.
things about that, and good to know that it's good to see that you're seeing the light at the end, and it's it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. From my perspective, that's exactly what to take out of it. It's not the end of the world. Something's gone wrong, and they've done absolutely everything in their power to fix it properly.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm sort of taking away from it anyway.
If it's one thing we know how to do in this industry, it's adapt. So
Yeah.
it sounds like you're handling it really well.
Yeah. So I've ridden the solar coaster for many years.
No, I like how you're running your business up there. It sounds
Yeah,
like
it's
you've
good,
got
James.
a pretty
Absolutely.
tight ship, so
yeah,
well
yeah,
done.
20. Yeah, well done on getting. What is it? 20? What did you say? 20
About
in-house
that,
team.
yeah.
20 in-house
about
team. That's really good, mate.
Damn.
Yeah, about that.
No,
Nice.
good stuff. All right, well, I hope you have a really good lead into Christmas, mate. And good luck in the new year. I really appreciate you giving your time for the podcast.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Have a good time.
Good on
See
you,
ya.
James. Thanks,
Bye.
mate.
Bye.
All right. Well, that's pretty good. We got a good perspective there for someone who's who's installing a lot of them, had a fair bit to do with SIG, has been an early adopter from the start.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. Well, what we might do, we might go to our first break.
Yep.
Let's go to our first break. We've got more calls we want to make.
I was just doing a little bit of market research on our next caller.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
excited. You know what I'm going to say as well.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. All right, well, let's go to our first break, and we'll be right back in just a few moments.
BRB.
Tired of scrambling for CPD points at the last minute? With Southwell Solar Training, you can earn all 100 points for your accreditation without leaving home and without wasting time on boring, irrelevant courses. Our online training is practical, compliance-focused, and designed by industry pros who've actually been on the tools. Learn at your own pace, get your certificate instantly, and stay compliant without the stress. Check out the full course list now at southwellsolartraining.com.au and get your CPD the easy way.
All right, we're back from our first little ad break.
We're back.
That was a really strong start. Nice to start the episode off on a positive note.
Yeah, well, you're making it sound like it's just going to go downhill from here.
Oh,
but
I
no,
just
don't
don't
think it
know.
will.
You don't know.
Oh, no. Well, it could. Who knows? I'd hope not.
Any of our installers or anyone that we're speaking to could be having a real shit show with this.
That's
So,
right. That's right.
Who knows?
All right. Ready for our next caller?
Yes, I was
All
just saying the man that needs no introduction. We're going to ring Nigel Morris.
Industry legend, Nigel
Yes.
Morris. So, yeah, he's put his hand up because he's from the Smart Energy Council, can provide a perspective from them.
Different perspective. Yep.
Definitely. So, all right, let's
ring him.
give him a buzz and see. Hopefully, we can get through.
Probably screen my call.
Yeah, no, I've told him it's from you. So, come on, Nigel, answer.
Oh, hi, guys.
Hey,
Nige, how you
Nigel,
going?
how you going?
I'm all right, thanks. I'm all right.
Good to
That's
hear from you.
good.
You were just taking off from the last episode, mate. Just about. So
You're taking over.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I wasn't sure if I was going to hear from you. It's been a busy day.
it has.
It
It
has
has.
been a
Yeah,
busy
there's
day.
been a lot happening. And yeah, we've just had a chat with James Taylor from Taylor. Taylor, what was it? Can't remember.
Taylor Energy.
Taylor Energy, yes.
Taylor
Sorry.
Energy?
Taylor Energy, yeah. So he had a few things to say about what we're talking about with the SIG recall. And
Yep.
time for you to have a bit of a soapbox with it, Nige. Like Smart Energy Council's perspective, like we've sort of been through what's going on with this recall a little bit and what the response has been. Can you provide anything sort of that you can see, maybe a different perspective that maybe some installers might not have heard yet?
Yes. Have I lost you?
No, still here.
We're still here.
No, still here.
Okay, sorry, I just had a bit of feedback come through then. Sorry.
That's all right.
What can I say? So we're going to make an official announcement. There's already been an official announcement by the ACCC yesterday. You'll see some others come out from the other regulators in the coming days, I assume.
Yep.
SIG have started putting some more stuff out. That's going out through both some of the recall notices and also some other comms that are going out to installer statements. I'm actually on the chat with one of their PR guys now about helping to get some of that information out there as well.
Awesome.
Yep.
So the information is starting to flow. I can tell you that.
That's good.
What's your next question?
Oh, just like I suppose with the response, like I mean, there's been a there's a couple of different ways to look at this. Like, first of all, we think from what we've heard, SIG have been pretty good with. I mean, they're providing the $500 warranty for to the installers for the changeover, which we think is over and above what any company has provided in the past. So I think that's a real positive, and that they're taking this seriously and saying, we don't want to just skin the installs here. It's not really your problem; it's our problem. I think that there's a little bit of ownership in that $500. So I think that's been a good response.
Yeah, there definitely is. And I tell you one thing, breaking news. Because I'm watching a lot of speculation online about the $500 credit, and lots of people saying, oh, it's going to be a credit on stock and you'll have to buy new stock, and that's the only way you'll get the money and you'll never get paid, and da-da-da-da-da. I've had it confirmed to me that that's not the case. It is a $500. It's not cash. It'll be an electronic transfer, I'm sure. But they are going to give people that cash instead of a stock credit.
Okay, that's good.
Put that one to bed, right? Put that one to bed.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you cleared that up, because that's a good thing to. That's obviously going to make it a bit more palatable, I suppose, because it's a tough time for everyone. No one wants to be here. we don't want to be in this spot.
Do you know what really struck us in thinking about this issue? Not only, put aside the fact that less than 1% of sites have had a problem. That's the thing we've got to not lose sight of here, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that really dawned off was, you know what? This hasn't ever happened before. And when I say it, there hasn't ever been a battery program this big before, right?
Yeah.
Potentially globally at this speed with this much going on all at once and this many competitors. This is new territory, right?
Yeah.
So, of course there are going to be some glitches along the way. I mean, we had another battery recall a few months ago where batteries were catching fire, and it was handled. It was handled safely. It was handled quickly, and it was a tiny number of sites again. And so this isn't the first time. It won't be the last time. Unfortunately, these kinds of glitches do happen. And, our goal is to try and make sure the rules and regulations work quickly and effectively. They're moving as fast as they can. And we all learn. We all learn something.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. It's...
It is. That's actually a really good point you make, Nigel. Like, it does seem like such a big deal because of how quickly the battery uptake has happened. Like, let's be honest, if batteries weren't going in this quickly and there wasn't a rebate, it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be affordable. People would not be putting them in at this rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So we have this is new territory for everybody, for the energy networks, for the manufacturers, for the regulators, for everybody. It's brand new territory. So, you can't lose sight of that. And everyone's doing a cracking job. I mean, not more than 99% are working. The other thing I learned today, which I'm hearing around the traps and have had confirmed is, of course, it affects the 8, 10 and 12 kilowatt inverter models, right?
Yep.
They're the ones with the plug that are a particular issue and the power levels that are an issue. But there's a 5 and a 6 kilowatt model that are still listed, still certified, still compliant, and still able to be installed, right? And all their other gear is still fully compliant and listed as well. So it's only affected 3 models. And, they're undoubtedly popular ones, clearly popular ones. But that's not the point. This is not... it's not an existential threat. It's a pain in the butt. No one wanted it, and we've got to get through it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So are they officially off the list now? Are they officially off the CEC list?
Well,
That's a really good question. I saw someone post online that they were still on the list a few hours ago, so I don't know.
so was that not the new inverters that have been relisted? That's what I think we were talking about. I don't know. We'll have to.
That could be the case. That could be the case.
Yeah, because
I know the new ones have been listed.
Yeah, that's right. I think for some reason they, from what James is saying anyway, they may have been, well, not necessarily fast-tracked, but because they were like an amendment, they were actually, I don't know if they went to the top of the queue or whatever it was, but they're actually listed now. I did see that. I saw that post last night actually, or this morning maybe.
Yep.
That
they are listed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. And you're right. It is an amendment. It's only a change of the plug, so they should not have to go through the whole listing process.
No, that's right. It's not. They're not changing the batteries in them. They're not. Yeah, there's a whole. That's right. It's just the plugs. Just the plugs.
Correct.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Wonder if the installation manuals have changed as well.
Well, I dare say they would. I dare say. Well, there might be. I mean, who knows? There might be a bit more of a warning in there that makes it clear how they want them terminated and what ferrules are supposed to be used, what conductors are acceptable. I would think.
Well, they've already made revisions to the existing one, so yeah, you're right. That might need a little update, right? Yeah. That clearly these are the kinds of issues that is where all the, this is where all the effort and delay comes from, right? Is they have to get all of this stuff right. It's not just a matter of going, we'll just do this and do that. They have to get all of these things right, and at this scale, doing something that hasn't been done before. That's not a menial task. That is a huge task. So unfortunately, it just does take time.
Yeah, no, fair enough. What about this, Nigel? Like, I'll just sort of spin around a little bit. I'm just wondering if you wanted to, do you have any comments on, like, there's been some speculation around that SIG have been like deleting comments on Facebook and have been not really that outspoken about what's been happening to the industry. I'm sure there's reasons for that or whatever, but have you got any comments about that, about the transparency around this whole thing?
Well, what I know is I've been told by SIG that they've done everything they can to keep up with their huge growth in Australia. And they don't keep up with all their moderation sometimes. They don't keep up with all the channels that are coming at them. And if you look at where they were a year ago to where they are now, I can understand that. Right? Yeah. They have had epic growth to become the single largest product in the market. So it doesn't surprise me that they've struggled to keep up with it all. So could they have done better? Yeah, that'd probably be nice, wouldn't it? But, when it's all said and done, it is what it is, and they're doing their absolute best, and they're getting information out, and they're sandwiched by regulators. And they're sandwiched by having to build a very big process. So they have to be, like any business, they have to be diligent and careful and appropriate and release info as fast as they can, but still meet a whole lot of obligations. So
yeah, that's right.
I think it's unfair. It would be nice if it was different, but I think it's unfair. They've done an incredible job of getting, taking that position in the market and putting tons of great product out there, 99% of which is working great.
Yeah, that's true. That's a real thing, Nigel, you mentioned. Like, I had a fair bit of exposure to that at the CEC. Like, sometimes you want to say stuff and you just can't because you're hamstrung by regulators or sometimes by lawyers. There could be a whole lot of reasons, and you can't just give the people the answers that they want straight away.
No, there's a process. There's a process. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, I've been on some calls. I can't talk about who was on them or what we discussed, but I've been on some calls where there's been 6 or 7 different regulatory bodies on there and industry bodies. And, if you imagine having to negotiate with 6 or 7 different bodies to get everyone to agree that you're going to be able to say this or that and have their legal departments and media departments all run through those statements and then take it back to HQ and let your own lawyers run through it, that just, you can't do that overnight.
Can't do that swiftly.
No, definitely not.
Can't do it overnight.
Yeah.
No.
So I think that criticism's a bit harsh. And if you just give it, if you just think about how many people need to be involved in something that needs to be taken seriously, at the end of the day, we can all learn something, right? The manufacturers can learn something, the regulators can learn something, industry can learn something, and maybe a few installers will learn something too. Everyone's going to learn something out of this exercise. It's not the first time, won't be the last. It's about how we manage it.
Nigel, have you had any installers come through your channels, just complaining or stamping their feet and all that jazz?
I wouldn't say that. We've certainly got some very active. We run a bunch of industry member communication channels, and we've had some, the usual. What we've seen mostly is people thinking it's worse than it is because they're waiting on some of the information to come out. So they need clarity on, how's this going to affect me? When's the new stock going to come? How's the money going to travel? So we've seen a bit of noise around that. But outside of that, a bit of normal competitive argy-bargy. No, I'm not. And to the contrary, actually, I've rung dozens and dozens and dozens of installers, some who are huge, some who are small, and asked them how it's going, like you did with James. And without exception, I can say that they've all said, yep, had a couple here or there, worked it out quickly, got our instructions right, and we haven't had a problem since. And we don't have any concerns.
Yay.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Love it.
No, that's really good. That's really good. All right, Nigel. Well, I think we're sort of come to the end of that. Thanks for providing that perspective. I feel like, I don't know. I always feel a bit more calm after speaking to you, Nigel. Like, I don't know what that is. Although, except after I spoke to you this morning and we had that discussion about the labels. But I'll leave that one for your podcast, mate, because
Angry about labels.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you don't. Do you even need labels up there? I'm joking.
Good stuff. Yeah, I'll leave that one for your podcast, Nigel. I won't steal your thunder there, but I think, you might have a few things to talk about with that. So, yeah. All right, good stuff. Thanks again, Nigel. Appreciate you jumping on, and we got a lot of good feedback already on the podcast you did with us. So thanks again for that too. That was really good.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, that was great fun. Thanks.
No worries.
Thanks, Nige.
All right, good on you, Nigel.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
All right. Industry legend, Smart Energy Council, Nigel Morris. So I don't know. Do you feel a bit more calm after speaking to Nigel?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, like. I don't know.
Maybe it's just because you had a hectic phone call with him.
Maybe, yeah. It'd be interesting to listen to his podcast, which is probably going to come out after this one. Certainly don't want to steal his thunder, but let's just say Nigel's got a bit of a bee. He's wondering about labelling. And you know how I go off about labelling every now and then?
Don't I? Wow. Labelling, CC.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got a few skeletons in the closet.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, if you haven't checked it out, Nigel's system has been installed and he shared the details that everyone was after.
You did?
If you have him on Facebook, you should totally go check it out. I'm not going to say what it is.
Nah, just in case he hasn't spoken about it on his podcast too.
But it's a pretty neat system.
It does. It looks good, doesn't it? It absolutely looks really good. So, all right. So should we... I
would love to get a wholesaler on the phone.
A wholesaler?
Yeah.
Can we get one?
I've got someone from TZ on the phone. I sent him a text message, but he hasn't answered.
Hasn't got back?
No, and I don't want to just spring it on him.
Okay.
I don't really know. I don't really buy SIG, so I wouldn't really know too much.
You wouldn't know. No, fair enough. Well, should we go down the slightly risky route?
Yep.
And speak to Yorick?
Yep. Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Buckle in, guys.
All right, let's see.
Mobile.
Let's see how we go. See if he answers.
I'm sweating.
All right, so we've been doing the rounds a little bit, calling a few people about this SIG Energy recall. Slightly nervous to talk to you about it, but I'm interested in your perspective because I'm sure you've got one.
Yeah.
There's been, so as we know, the recall came in last night, there's basically going to be replacing all those 8, 10s and 12s. Have you got a take on this at all, Yorick?
Single phase every time.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously didn't do many Sigenergy installs at all, so we're very fortunate not to be directly affected by it, but
Yeah.
it's very unfortunate for the industry. I think, my take on it is I feel like Sigenergy's approach was rather poor. They've obviously known about the issue for, I think, by the sounds of it, by about 3 months. Back in October, I think it was the 9th or 10th of October, they basically put out a statement saying, obviously there was issues, and it was coming down to the fact that people weren't using bootlaces on their installations, which fair enough. People should be following the installation guidelines, but
Yeah.
to have such a large number. I mean, obviously there's been problems, and I think really the big concern is and we've seen this ourselves, is basically Big Energy's approach to anything that may not be 100% positive is to suppress, delete, block. So they're very much trying to hide behind it. Now, obviously, that may be to do with a cultural thing, but often I think when there is a problem, it's better to be upfront about it, not blame installers, and obviously
just own it a bit. You reckon just own it a bit, and then be a bit more upfront about it, and then people will sort of ride the wave with you a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, being able to acknowledge the fact that they've got a problem. I mean, it's not. This is a very unusual type of fault to be seeing. I mean, it's not, high power AC connectors. 10 kilowatt inverters. They've been around for yonks now, so they've been around for ages. So this is obviously not something that can't be engineered out. It's really I think a case where there's probably has been I think a good point to add is Mark and I didn't foresee it. I mean, we had some concerns about the connectors and the radius bends on it, and sort of trying to keep everything tucked in behind the covers, and that might have exacerbated it a bit. But I think the fact that they use one type of connector for their 3-phase plug, which seems to be a lot more secure, and then they have what would be a much higher current connector with maybe a less secure method, and that's where we're seeing all the faults, and then basically blaming installers instead of going, okay, no, we had a design fault here. And even in their recall statement, it's still blame the installer, not, hey, we had a design issue here and we needed to make a change. They still are very much leaning on we're doing this out of good faith, but I think they were going to be forced to do a recall regardless. They're just fortunate that it became a voluntary recall and not a mandatory recall.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, it is now, isn't it? Because it's gone to the ACCC. It's going to be coming out. I'm sure all the regulators are going to be making statements over the next day or so, advising everyone of it. I've started getting emails from regulators about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's happening. It's happening. Yeah, is it? We touched on a couple of times with a few other people about like them deleting posts and their communication maybe not being as upfront as some other people think it may have been. Is that your belief that I don't know if they've buried their head in the sand or just whatever it is. There's been those type of accusations though. Is that what you've heard?
Oh, look, it's not just heard, we've seen it ourselves. I mean, not only were Mark and I basically blacklisted from any, social media connections that we did have on that front. Even other employees of the company who have not had any negative comments about the product have been blocked as well. So, they're obviously taking a very proactive approach on censorship, and I think that is very poor form, especially when there's there's been so much hype, so much push, especially in the social media sphere, highlighting all these positives, and then suppressing any criticism at all. I think it's all starting to come out now about the reality of how this operates.
Yeah. Yeah, no, fair enough.
Bit on.
Yeah, that's it. A couple of people have sort of said that like some of the reason they haven't been as forthcoming with their communication had a little bit to do with because they've been sort of, I suppose, in the trenches with the regulators, ACCC, and trying to work through this issue, and they just haven't really either had the resources or the they're just so flat out doing all that sort of stuff that they just can't get that communication out to people because they didn't want it to be incorrect. What do you say to that?
No, I don't think that's the case. I think they've got a lot of resources. It's just the resources are focused on selling the product and promoting the company.
Yep.
They're not focused on customer service, warranties. I think there's already, even before this recall happened, I mean, obviously I'm going by, third party, information, but there's already been talk about, 7 to 8 week waits on warranty repair jobs. And obviously it's not just the connectors that are having problems. I mean, there's obviously there's installers talking about a range of issues. I think there's already some indication of some of the battery modules maybe having issues as well, especially also with the DC to DC charger. So it is very interesting, but there's a lot of resources there for advertising, promotional, especially massive Standard All Energy, and obviously they're the biggest seller at the moment by market share by far. But that also means that there's a responsibility on SIG Energy to put resources into dealing with this situation, and I think it's very unfortunate for them that they're having this type of rather serious fault just before their potential IPO launch, and as well as just on the eve of Christmas. So I think it's poor timing as well.
Yeah, that's it. No one. I mean, we were just saying, no one really wants to be here. It's difficult for everyone. It's difficult for the industry. What do you reckon about moving forward? Like, do you have hope for them that they're going to be able to acknowledge what has gone on and uphold their responsibilities and be able to do this in a satisfactory manner? What do you reckon?
Look, I think, well, like I've said before, only time will tell. I think there's going to have to be a big cultural shift, frankly, if that's going to happen. I mean, look, I hope they do the right thing. I hope installers get paid to do the repairs, but I think, this is only just starting to happen now. It's usually actions speak a lot louder than words, and there's been a lot of words. And, I think also too is, I lost my train of thought.
That's all right. No, you're just sort of saying actions speak louder than words, and you're hoping that they do come through. Yep.
That's exactly it. And and I think, but so far, at least how they've approached it, I think has been rather poor.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, look, I feel sorry for the installers and the companies having to deal with this mess. I mean, by all means, it's definitely not a case of like, oh my God, we told you so. We're not. It is in the sense that we were concerned that something like this might happen. We didn't foresee this type of fault. We thought, plastic covers, or maybe there'd be some issues dealing with warranties. We definitely didn't foresee a recall sort of within the first year. But, this is very serious, and it's going to hurt SIG Energy significantly. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out of it. And it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of hard work on SIG Energy's behalf to actually rebuild trust in the, for the industry, because, as I said, your biggest supporters are your installers. And if you blame them for your mistake or your design flaw, which I think, now we can safely say that it is a design flaw, that's pretty bad. You're shooting yourself in the foot if you're blaming your biggest fans.
Yeah, for sure. It's just tough going, isn't it? It's tough going. Well, I think we're all, like, we were sort of all saying we wish them the best, because, we think if we could get through this this recall as unscathed as possible, it's going to be the best result for the industry we can, because it's going to be, obviously if things go bad with the recall, there's going to be flow-on effects to other parts of the industry, which are not going to be good.
It's going to take months. I mean, I think Tesla set a gold standard with their recall for the Powerwall 2, which again was awful that had to happen. But I have a feeling that while the numbers may not be as many, it does seem to be a much more common failure in relative terms. So look, hopefully SIG does the right thing. I hope that they are able to learn from this, and also really maybe have a bit of a change in terms of how they handle customer and installer communication, and maybe move away from a policy of censorship and suppression to communication and honestly ownership of these types of issues.
Being a bit more open about things, and yeah, okay. All right. No worries, Yorick. Well, thanks, mate. That's you certainly provided a perspective for us, and I really appreciate you. Like, you've done I know you've done a lot of research on their products, and you've done videos and all that sort of stuff, and it's certainly qualified to have an opinion on it. So really appreciate you jumping on with us and having your say. So
look, anytime, Pat. And look, I'm not the type of person to sugarcoat my words. It's a bad situation, but look, I
of
reckon
course.
that they probably will pull through.
Yep.
There's a lot of money behind it, and but I hope that they learn and really, have a behavioural change and policy change because of this.
Yeah, good stuff.
it.
No worries.
Thanks, Yorick.
All right, Yorick,
Oh,
thanks,
good.
mate. We'll let you go, and we're going to move on to the next one.
Have a great chat. Yeah, all right.
All
See ya.
right, good on
See
you, Yorick.
ya.
Thanks, mate.
Bye.
All right, strong opinions there from Yorick.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Not surprising.
No, it's not. It's not that surprising. He's thought that. Yeah, I don't know. Like you're right. He doesn't mix his. Well, he's right. He doesn't sort of mix his words much. I don't know. I personally think he's a bit harsh on a few things, but he thinks the way he does for a certain reason, and he's done his research. So you got to give him that respect and that
he's
credit.
backs himself as well. So
Yeah, he does back
everyone's
himself.
allowed to have their opinion.
Everyone is allowed to have their opinion. That's right. And we're trying to provide a balanced opinion here. So there you go. All right. Well, let's go to we'll go to our final break, and I think we might have one or two more calls to go.
Sounds
and
good.
we will be right back.
Confused by battery labelling? You're not alone. It's one of the biggest causes of defects, and with the new standards, it's easy to get caught out. Our battery labelling course breaks it all down in simple, practical steps so you know exactly what's required and where every label goes. Plus, if you subscribe, you'll get access to all of our courses, from solar labelling and defects through to battery testing and more. Check it all out at southwellsolartraining.com.au and get your CPD the easy way.
And we are back. All right.
I don't mind a Thursday record, by the way.
Yeah, it goes all right, doesn't it? It's
I'm a
pretty
bit
good.
confused with the days and the afternoon. I like you coming here though.
Yeah, it's good. I don't mind it. It's not a bad little. You get a nice view of the car park.
Nice view of the car park.
Yeah, a couple of gum trees,
Beautiful.
a rickety old Triton ute.
Don't. He does the job.
Still should be in my EV next week, I'm hoping. So just waiting on the roof rack to be powder coated.
Very exciting.
It is.
Very, very exciting.
It is. All right, we've got another caller. Let's try and get through. So the next one is Warren Monsma from Sunbuilt Solar.
Awesome.
Pretty sure he's in Canberra, but I'm sure he'll correct us.
All right, let's give him a ring.
Let's go. Let's hope he answers.
Been forwarded to voicemail.
Oh, come on.
The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone,
Should we leave a
please
message
record
on
your
him?
message.
No, let's not.
When you
Don't.
have finished recording, you may hang up.
Can't do that. We can't do that. All right, let's wait for him to get back to us. Okay, so he went. He's calling back. All right,
Here we go.
let's answer it.
Lauren and Pat speaking.
Hey, Lauren and Pat, it's Warren. Is this the award-winning Lauren?
Oh, there
Oh,
it is.
yes, it is.
There
How
we
you
go.
going?
Good, it's Warren. Sorry,
Ah,
That's okay.
walking out of a site visit. So
all good,
Oh,
mate. Thanks for your
nice.
patience. We had
No, you're all right.
had a few technical issues as we always do, and yeah, we're running much later than we normally would, which is not that surprising either.
No, not for us.
no, that's all right.
Oh, you still
Are
there?
we there?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good.
Now.
Yeah, all
Beautiful.
good, mate. No worries. All right, Warren. So you doing a few SIGs. You've got a bit of a relationship with SIG. Do you want to just tell us quickly about your business? Did you say you were from Canberra?
Yeah, so we're from Canberra. We only service the Canberra region.
Yep.
So, you know, we're one of these lucky installers, retailers, which only travels half an hour
Oh, stop at the dream.
Yeah.
from one side of town to the other side of town. And, you know, we don't have too much of a travel distance. However, we are very heavily regulated. So we actually have government inspectors
Yep.
who love to find issues with installs.
Oh, you make Pat
And
sound
they
like an
love
amateur.
to read manuals and find odd things in manuals to hand out defects for
Right. Okay.
Is that-
without common sense.
Oh, okay. So I was about to say, before you said that, I was going to say, are they reasonable a lot of the time? And then you said without common sense. So I'll take that as a no.
Without common sense.
Okay, okay.
It's a game, and then they talk, and then everyone, you know, I don't know how many inspectors there is, but, you know, they talk, and then all of a sudden everyone will have it, and then all of a sudden we'll have a letter from the chosen distributor or a manufacturer, and that issue will go away, and 3 days later we'll find another issue. Uh,
Right.
Okay.
You sound worse than we are down in Vic.
Yeah. We
oh,
don't,
it,
we don't do that. I don't get together with other inspectors and go, hey, let's all pick on this shit this week. And then we're like, oh, actually, I've had enough of that. Let's find something else to piss them off. Like,
Okay.
That's what it is. And sure, you have some dodgy installers, but you know, like it's. Come on. What's our issue this week? You know,
Love it.
we've got electricians who have been, you know, over 10 years of only installing in the ACT, and some 10 years of solid solar.
yeah.
And yet we still get defects on little things or weird and wonderful things, and SIG is the focus from them. So, you know,
Okay.
we've had issues with circuit breakers in the gateways. We've had the C-tick issue.
Yep.
There's a lot of issues which, you know, other jurisdictions wouldn't even know about because we've had it. We've spoken to SIG. We got it fixed before they even, you know, other jurisdictions have picked it up because Canberra is on board because we have this government inspection mandate.
Yeah. Okay.
So
All right.
Which is great. And
oh, sorry. You go.
oh, go ahead.
No, so are they finding issues on all of the inverters or the controllers, whatever you want to call them, or are they just?
No, it's not really the controllers. They'll find a little label issue. So that's why there's so many different types of shutdown procedure labels because, you know, the word might be incorrect. You can't just have a generic shutdown label. It has to reflect the installation.
Hey, you know what? I'm actually sorry. I'm going to back them on that. This is something that I fucking hate. Why can't they all be either the same or can't they just reflect what is actually on the equipment? Like that. Sorry, I don't know how you feel about that, Warren.
I totally understand. I totally understand. Depending on how it's installed, is the issue.
Yeah.
But there's technicalities on, you know, is it a gateway or is it a DB? You know, it's a DB at the same time as it's a gateway. So if you say, you know, refer back to the DB, well, it's a gateway. You know, because that's what the manufacturer calls it. You know, so there's little things like that which become an issue. But, you know, we're getting there. We don't even have that big of an issue with these plugs, you know. We haven't I've got over 300 sites.
Really?
Close to 400 sites. We've been installing SIG for over 12 months, probably going on 18 months. So we're one of the early adopters. And we only install SIG. So we don't install anything else, not interested. And that's primarily because of our DNSP issues. We got strict rules on what we're allowed to install. We get 5 kilowatt phase imbalance with inverters. So where previously you had a 10 kilowatt single phase on a 3-phase site, we now have to production limit, not even export limit, production limit those inverters.
Why are they such tight asses up there? What the hell?
Well, they like to follow rules and make rules up, and you know it's the government.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the government's home.
And as a result of that, we don't do too many AC coupled systems because when we do a retrofit or adding a battery, we will restring the DC and bring that up to standard and plug it straight into your SIG system because on single phase, we're only allowed a 10 kilowatt inverter limit with PV connected.
Okay. Yep.
Right. So if you're adding PV or anything like that, so we don't do an AC coupled system. We DC couple every system and go from there. As a result, we don't have many plug issues. I believe these plug issues are coming from AC coupled systems, a lot of, but there's no
do you reckon?
firm data around it.
Yeah, I'm interested in that because, I mean, you've still, even when you've got when you've got a DC coupled system, you've still got a lot of current going through that AC plug at different times when it's doing different functions.
Well, yes, but it's not running at full steam all day.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that's the issue. The one which I'm aware of, I had a single phase site, 10 kilowatt inverter with a DC EV charger. on top of it. Now, he ran his house. He had 3 or 4 EVs, and he ran his house with a full stack of batteries, and he would charge his cars. I don't know what it was. His kids were driving heaps. They do heaps of Ks, and he'd literally go out and charge 3 cars all day. So his system didn't produce enough DC. So overnight, he's still running his system on AC at full wall for 12 to 14 hours overnight.
It wasn't Carl Jensen, was it?
No, probably not.
That sounds like something he'd do. Charge 3 EVs all at once.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's we have issues with the DC EV chargers on single phase because it pulls 10 kilowatts and you've only got a 63 amp limit. So then all of a sudden your household loads and your DC EV chargers overload the whole main switch. So, you know, you have import limits as well, which we have to set on the system. So, you know, but we got a number of dual trade electricians. One of them's a cabinet maker, and he put chalk paint on chalk pen on the terminals. So he put chalk paint on it, which is easily rubbed off, plugged the terminals in, pulled it out, and you can clearly see what part of the terminals are actually connecting. And it's bugger all.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, try it. You know, chalk paint literally rubs off on anything. So you literally push it in, pull it out, and you'll see there's a couple of scrape marks. It's not a great connection.
Really? Okay. There you go. So, so even though the terminals are a decent size, it's still that contact it's making just isn't there.
We ran 16 mil to this site, which had the DC EV charger, only because we knew it was going to be pulling a lot of current. It's a 15-meter run. So we ran 16 mil orange circ to it. So we've oversized the cable. 16 mil fits into, we didn't lug it because it was very hard to find 16 mil hexagon lugs. Crimping machines, crimpers. So, you know, we normally lug everything else, but we just don't have a 16 mil crimper. And so, and the square crimpers don't fit into the round holes of the terminals. So, you know, we push it in, turn it, it's a firm connection, and, you know, we got a slightly melted plug. We found that because of voltage rise issues, which we noticed. So from the gateway to the inverter, there was a 9 volt increase in voltages.
Was that okay? And was that because your conductor size was too low? Or
no, because the plug was melting.
Oh, right. Oh, that was causing the voltage rise issue.
Well, I don't know. That's what we identified. I'm like, we didn't have an issue, and the plug wasn't overly melted. But when he was charging his EV charger for more than 5 hours, we would have this voltage rise, and then it would go off grid and then go on grid and flicker on and off forever. And we're like, what's going on? So then with SIG, you can have a look at all the data, and it does voltage referencing at all the points. So I could see incoming from the mains connection at the gateway, and I can have a look at the inverter, and there's 9 volts difference.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, we need to go back to site. Well, we went back to site. We had a look at it. It's slightly charred. You know, we could pull it out and push it back in. It wasn't even that bad. And that's where the issue was. We turned it off. We called SIG. In 2 days, we had someone from Sydney come down and replace it with a new inverter.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's
just like
good.
that.
Well, that's pretty
good.
So,
you know, that's 4-hour drive, 3-hour drive.
Someone from SIG?
From Sydney. SIG, yeah.
Yes. No, was it someone from SIG that did it?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Was it Omnidian?
They're not licensing it. They're not licensed. No, it was Kevy from China.
Okay.
You know, the head inspector, which is going around and seeing George and everyone else.
Yeah.
He came down and he replaced it with. Our electrician done it because he's not licensed in Australia. So our electrician done it. He supervised, and all was good to go.
Okay. So is this been is this a surprise to you that we've had an issue with this with these AC plugs? Not a surprise. No.
Look, I was expecting issues. There's been a lot more issues. Sungrow had these issues when the batteries came out 2 years ago with the fuse replacements with a bolt or, you know, a lug. You know, they're pulling out a safety device and replacing it without a safety device. You know, that was a big issue down here in the ACT. You know, every brand has it. You know, these things are going to happen. You know, SIG Energy's a new brand. They're changing things. You know, we put in requests and it happens straight away. You know, I was talking to Tony Zhu, which is the founder of SIG, about the plastic and in the boxes and how to change that to cardboard. And I was literally talking to him directly, and that changed within weeks.
That's good. Okay, so
they've
been pretty receptive. Yeah, they've been. So have you found they've been like pretty receptive with a lot of the?
100%. They're really receptive. I personally feel this has blown up more from external. I'll say this very politically correct.
No, fuck it. Just say whatever you want.
Other people are employed by other brands.
Okay.
Making a shitstorm of it.
Yeah. Okay.
And honestly, you're making yourself look like a fool. They're losing integrity. They're damaging their brands. You know, everyone knows who these people are aligned with. They're direct competitors with SIG. It's becoming more of a bigger issue. Like, yes, our phones are running off the hook with the recall. Customers are happy with it. You know, like there's a little bit of confusion with the recall. Yeah. Because we're selling an integrated system, so the model number doesn't actually reflect the models which have been recalled. Yeah. So we're getting phone calls asking, does this relate to me? Rather than I'm worried, it's does this relate to me? And when I say yes, you've got a single phase inverter on top. Yep, no problems. SIG Energy's derated to 8 kilowatts. It shouldn't make it too big of an issue with you because you don't use that much. We'll look at replacing it when it becomes available. At this stage, I would suggest that the rollout of replacement stock would be January.
Okay.
But,
you know, we're receiving new stock.
Wait, sorry. Do you mean as in it'll be finished in January? Or
that's when it's landing.
When I think there's going to be...
now. Like how?
I've got stock now. I've got stock now. We're installing it as of tomorrow. The problem is that I've got new installs to do, and SIG Energy hasn't highlighted any of my sites for repair yet.
Okay.
Right.
So, you know, I expect that to happen next year. And once again, we haven't had too many issues. We had that one issue with where we had a slightly melted plug, but nothing like what you see on Facebook.
So for people that don't know, what is the process for marking it for repair? Do you lodge it in the app? Is there
I would lodge it in I would be lodging it in the app saying that the customer wants this to be replaced ASAP.
Yep.
And then they will go through that process. But installers, retailers need to be talking to their distributors because they're the ones who's got the stock. Now, I know that SIG Energy's got people in some place in some warehouses, some distributor warehouses, and they're actively, you know, doing 40 per site per day. So, you know, they're actively pulling stock in, the recalled stock, they're replacing it and sending it out. So, you know, that's right across the country. They're in warehouses everywhere, replacing this stock wherever they can get. But you've got to bear in mind, it's quite an effort to roll out that type of replacement in a very short notice. You know, you've got to get manpower, you've got to get the site, you've got to get manpower, got to get all the parts, you've got to set up the tooling. You know, it's not going to happen within days. It's going to happen within a week.
It's a bit of a logistical nightmare. Like, it's a big operation to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're doing it now within days. You know, so yes, they've probably known it's coming. You know, should it have been a recall straight away? Probably. Blaming it on the installers, bad idea.
Yeah, I know.
But at the same time, you know, they've got the evidence to say it is the installers. You know, you can write the report the way you want. You select the data which you want to include in it.
Yeah, I think that's just what installers got their back up about a little bit though, because in that notice it did say that, they didn't, it felt like they maybe weren't taking as much responsibility as they should have because they probably knew about it, but then still sort of, actually.
I don't think the plug was rated to full time 50 amps or whatever it was, 63 amps, full time 8-hour usage, just like Mr. Jensen goes on about circuit breakers for EV chargers. I think this falls into the same situation. It's rated to 63 amp for, non-constant loads, but when it's a constant load, I don't think it is, and that's an oversight.
Yep.
And now it's becoming an issue, that's what I think the issue is.
Yeah, okay. All right, Warren. Well, look, that's been a great chat. We have to wind things up here. Thank you very much for providing some insights to that. That was a good chat.
Yeah,
it was really
just
good.
Quickly, can I have a shout out to Nick Mullins? He got all excited when George mentioned him on your podcast 2 podcasts ago. So Nick's down in Wagga, so he doesn't see too many people, and he just works away in his country town.
Nick.
So when he gets a shout out, he gets all excited.
Oh, Nick Mullins. We love you, Nick.
Go, Nick.
Yeah, that's it.
Imagine if we were out at Wagga and we did a podcast with Nick. Imagine that.
On a road trip we go.
Road trip, yeah. I'm sure he's got a good story.
He'll have plenty of stories, Nick. Old guy, old country electrician, goes out there and does some weird and wonderful stuff. But realistically, everyone just needs to go and contact the distributors, start placing orders, and they'll get through it. And it's based on your relationship with your distributor. If you're buying off everyone and not building a relationship, then obviously you're going to be later down the list than other people.
Yeah, that's it. Business is all about relationships, and that's,
especially solar.
Yeah, that's it. And times like this, it's really, you need to be able to lean on them. Yeah, that's it. For sure.
Yeah.
All right, Warren. Good on you, mate. Thanks very much for the chat. Really
Thanks,
appreciate
Warren.
it. And good luck with the Christmas rush, and good luck with
it's fun.
Don't stab your inspector. Or do anything. No.
Put those bloody labels on.
Put those labels on. Exactly. Get the labels right. Okay.
That's it. Labels. It's crazy. We get hit with free inspection fees all the time.
Oh, jeez.
The little things.
All right.
Thanks, Warren.
Thanks, Warren. Good on you, mate.
See you. Bye.
All right. So that was Warren Monsma from... he told me Sunbuilt Solar. He's an interesting character, isn't he?
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah, he's good. He's got a fair bit of experience.
Yeah, he's been doing SIG for close to 18 months now as well.
Yeah,
so that's awesome.
That was a pretty balanced perspective he had there, I think. Yeah. Oh, well, that's it. Well,
it's not all doom and gloom out there.
No, it's not. It's not. I feel like we are going to get away through this. We are going to work our way through this.
We always do.
Yeah. And honestly, my heart does go out to the people working at SIG at the moment, because it must be fucking really hard for them at the moment.
It's just they would just be in damage control.
Yeah, that's it. Damage control and trying to work through a whole lot of stuff. I bet you they're all working like 15, 16-hour days and all this sort of stuff, just trying to.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, I know. But the type of work they're doing can be like quite stressful.
Yeah.
There's a lot on their shoulders at the moment. So I'm actually, I want to shout out to the people at SIG at the moment. I'm thinking of you, hoping that you get through this in as unscathed as possible.
And I know a fair few people from SIG will probably be listening to this, and if they've made it this far, they should totally come on the podcast and have a chat with us.
We'd love to have a chat with them. They probably really want to wait till the dust settles a little bit on this, and once they know sort of where they're at. But yeah, it's a fantastic product they've got. I think they've hit the market really big. You're going to have your haters no matter what you do. You're going to have your lovers.
Teething issues as well.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just in the middle, honestly. I don't really I don't feel strongly one way or the other, but I just want the best outcome for the industry. And there's certainly a place for a company like SIG, I think. I think they've got a good product.
Yep.
They've just got to get this stuff right. And I think everyone needs to get their installs right. Make sure we are doing them right. And it's hopefully we don't have to go through this, again. But we haven't seen the back of this either. This is going to go on for a little while.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a couple months of this, especially coming up with Christmas closures.
Yeah.
Wholesaler closures. Wholesale. Oh my goodness. Wholesale closures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting times.
It is. It is interesting times. I feel like this is a time where the industry needs to band together, and we all need to get around each other a fair bit more. If you got a mate who's struggling with something with this recall or, into the Christmas rush, throw your arms around them, see what you can do to help.
Yep.
If you're struggling, reach out for help as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pat and I's inbox always open.
We're always open. Yep. I don't actually answer my phone. If you call me on Messenger, I'll probably answer because I know who it is.
You're out of control.
I am.
If anyone needs to chat, feel free to call me. Message me. Seriously, because you are an arsehole.
Oh, come on.
No, it is a time to look out for each other.
For sure.
Be kind to each other. Speak nicely. There's been a fair bit of aggression on some of the forums at the moment, and it's not really the time or the place to do it.
Yeah, that's it. Especially we've been through these recalls before. Been through Goodwee had one, Tesla had one not long ago. LG's the big one as well.
LG's still going.
Yeah, that's it. And we had other ones years ago with DC isolators and this sort of stuff. We will get through this as an industry. We will all get through this together. But I don't think it's that sort of, I don't know, it's not very proactive, or it doesn't really do anyone any favors if you are working for a competitor and you just sort of want to dance on their grave and say, I told you so or whatever. I don't think that's constructive.
Jam it, I say.
Yeah.
Jam it.
Yeah, that's it. So anyway, that's where we're at on it. Certainly I don't think we've got all the answers, but hopefully it's a little bit of news for people and maybe a bit of counselling for some others that are going through some tough times. So anyway, hopefully everyone's okay out there, and has a good, nice, busy period coming into Christmas.
Yes.
And we do have another podcast booked for next week, so that's going to be fun.
Which is exciting.
It is. So we won't reveal who that's going to be just yet.
No, not yet.
But no, it should be another good episode. But we're coming to the end of the year.
Hectic.
Yeah.
Coming to the end of season 2.
Yeah, we are. We're coming to the end of season 2. So.
And we've got a big year next year.
Oh, don't we ever?
So exciting.
Oh, we've got some big announcements coming, don't we?
I know. It's really, really exciting.
There's a lot of stuff going on. Oh, I'm getting, I actually just got a few tingles just thinking about it. There's some really cool stuff. There's some really, really cool stuff that's happening.
It's pretty exciting.
It is. It really is. Really looking forward to it.
On more positive news, I officially got my Cert 2 certificate last night,
well done.
which is really exciting.
Great work, Lauren.
So it was nice to finally see that come through.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm pretty pumped about that.
That's cool. Well done. Well done. How'd you find the course, getting it? Do you reckon it was easy, hard? You learnt much?
I learnt a fair bit. I feel like I'm definitely not exposed to that side of electrical with solar.
Yep.
Especially working in the building industry. When we do any of our work, it's not live.
Yeah.
So there's certain things that I have learned. I kind of thought, holy smokes, I never would have thought of that. I never would have done that just because I haven't been in that environment before. So yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed it.
Great.
Yeah, resistors is my favourite topic. Loved it.
That's so nerdy.
I know, it's so nerdy, but I loved it. It was really fun. And
Cool.
I definitely have got a lot more respect for our installers and all the installers out there. It's really tough what you guys do.
Yeah.
Hats off to you.
Yeah, good stuff. No, that sentiment, I'll echo that as well. All right, cool. Well, let's wrap this one up. Good luck, everyone, with the SIG recall. I hope we weren't too harsh. I don't think we were. I don't think we went too soft either. Just wanted to balance a few, and I think that's what we've got.
No lawsuits, please.
No, I don't. Oh, geez, I hope not. I thought,
we'll
I want to throw my arms around SIG, to be honest, because it's hard for them. It's hard. Yep.
Yep.
So we're thinking of all the people working there, and hopefully you get through this all. All right. Cool. Thanks, everyone. We will see you next week, and it's been a great episode.
Bye,
all
everyone.
Right, see ya. Bye. Oh my God, did that just happen?
Are you kidding? Oh, we're out of touch.
Oh no.
We're out of touch.
Oh, that's bad.